Grateful to the Aboriginal community in this area who have welcomed us to their land, to have our rainbow chalking ceremony on their land, to have our rally on their land, and the support of your people is so important to our campaign. I just want to introduce myself briefly. My name is Karl. I've been involved in the marriage equality campaign since 2004, since the ban was introduced. I've often been here in the capacity as a Metropolitan Community Church pastor who's officiated many of the illegal wedding ceremonies that we've had. Earlier this year, and we have a ceremony today that's going to be a chalking ceremony, which I think is just as cool and just as important. Earlier this year, we got involved in a campaign when a friend of mine, Bryn Hutchinson, many of you have heard of, was brutalised by police officers at our Mardi Gras. And we said that was not good enough. And at that point, I stepped up around that time and became a co-convener of Community Action Against Homophobia. So I'm going to be introducing some of the speakers today as they come up. And I want to welcome them. And if you're going to be speaking at our marriage equality, make sure that you're forming a line along here, as we have people from different communities. And it's so important for us to acknowledge all of the different communities that are here and that are helping us. And I always come to these rallies and I look at the crowds and I feel so thrilled and such a great sense of love that our community is so strong and we come here and rally. And I love all of the amazing creative signs that people are wearing, costumes that people are wearing. I think I see Moses in the audience somewhere. I think I see...
Slender Man.
Slender Man says it's okay to be different. I don't understand that, but that's cool. We've got green triangles all over the place because the Green Party are here to support us. It's about equality is waving the sign in glitter over there, just beautiful signs. And it's so wonderful when people get involved in creative ways. We had local community in Manly did a marriage equality rally recently, and they got a lot of people, a few hundred people went out to that marriage equality rally, and it's wonderful when people in suburbs all over Australia start doing this. And I want to encourage every person here to think about what you can do creatively in your local community to get involved in this and to stand up for marriage equality. I think we need to acknowledge the fact that there have been incredible wins around the world. Somebody mentioned that Minnesota has become the 12th American state, that New Zealand has passed marriage equality, and it's congratulations to New Zealand. It's so important. New Zealand and Uruguay and France have passed the marriage equality bill. I don't know if anyone was following the way that in New Zealand, the bill was very carefully worded so that it did not exclude people who are transgender and intersex. And that's absolutely important. The bill was worded to say that everyone can marry regardless of their sex, regardless of their gender, regardless of their orientation. And we've been clear throughout our entire campaign that this is not about same-sex marriage. This is not about gay marriage. It's not about straight marriage. It's about equality. It's about everyone being able to marry. And it's absolutely important that in our parliament we respect everyone's right to get married, whether they're gay or straight, or whether they're whatever they want to identify as. And we need to keep the grassroots campaign moving, because that's how this has got traction around the world. And one thing that I've learned from watching the campaign with Proposition 8 in the United States is that they were losing every single vote that came so long as the right-wing anti-marriage people were campaigning on a grassroots level and the pro-marriage people were not campaigning on the grassroots level. And it was after 2008 when the Occupy movement happened and people on the left realised that they need to gather and take mass actions like this. It was at that same moment that all of a sudden states started to come over. And we need to remember the power of our movement and the power of these people who are gathered here today, who have filled out this whole area and packed it out, and all the different groups who have come here to support us. And so I want you to give a big round of applause. I want to invite April to come up and speak. April is a member of the transgender community and she's an activist, and she's coming here to support us today.